Yo, guys, how's it going? Welcome. Welcome back to another stream. How's it going? Let's see who's here. Nobody's commented yet, but I'm sure there's... How many people we got in? We've got 16 in right now. Yeah, welcome, everyone. Let's see who's here. Drop a like as well. Subscribe, comment. Let's get this started. Good to see everyone here, though. Yo, Raul, how's it going, bro? Welcome. I'm going to start with the news. We have got some news. Yeah, Ashton, how's it going, bro? Welcome. Good stuff. Good to see you here, mate. I've just got the news up here just to show what is happening today. Let's just go for the filter just for today. 1 second. Wednesday. Apply setting. So this is today's news, the 16th. Okay. July the 16th. This is the news for today. Okay, so we've got, like I said, we've had the pound news at 7 o'clock this morning. Nothing happened, really. We've got USD news. We've got USD news at 1:30. PPI. So you're going to get some movement at 1:30. You know, you've got red impact news in 30 minutes. You're going to get some volume in the market. Okay. Gold is actually starting to break out to the upside. I'm probably just going to wait for the 30 to close and then I can try and take some buys. I like buys a lot more now. Okay, so let me just delete all this analysis out of the way and I'm going to break down exactly why I like buys a lot more than I did this morning. Also, who's liking the background here, guys? Is everyone liking the background? We've even got the gold bar here. But yeah, how's it going? Just woke up. Perfect timing, man. I thought no point forcing trades in London. Get my head down, definitely, mate. London, there wasn't much in London for me. What I will say about gold in London session is when we were breaking above ranges, okay, when we was breaking above ranges like this on the 15-minute, there was no targets to trade into, look. You were breaking above ranges, but there were nothing to trade into above other than this, which is like over 100 ticks away. Okay, so I'm not longing when there's targets that far away. And look what happened. Gold faked out. Okay? And then what does it do again? Well, it tries to break above again. And what does it do? It fakes out again. And fakes out to the downside. So when there's no clear targets to trade into, there's just no trading for me because I need that clear target for the reason for price. You know, price needs a reason to push into liquidity. Whether it's 100 ticks away, 200 ticks away, needs liquidity on the way to take out. And if we look at the price action now, look at this. I've still got my range. I'm looking for buys back above this level here. Okay. And I'm looking for sells below here. But look at the difference. We've got targets that are in range to buy into. I've got targets to buy into now. And then if I get a buy, if I get a buy here, okay, I can manage at these highs, 30 ticks away, and then I can let this trade run higher if it wants to. Okay? If it wants to run forward, if it wants to push higher, if it wants to keep running, it can do. I'm not trying to predict a huge move up here with no targets. It makes no sense to me. What was London like? Yeah, there was nothing in London for me, mate. There was a decent breakout to the downside here. Nothing really came of it because we came into this level. But this half risk entry here was very clean. This was a clean half risk entry. Yeah. Yeah, guys, if you've not already, let's drop a like on the video. Drop a like on the live and drop a comment as well. If you're just tuning in, drop a comment. But you can see that this range is getting respected, which is good. So, yeah, I'm looking for buys above here. That's the analysis for gold. Simple range, simple targets. I'm just waiting for that breakout now. We have got news in 25 minutes, as I've mentioned, so we'll see. We'll see. Hey, Joe, let's hope you give us a trade today. I could do with it. How's your week been, Ashton? Nice background. Yeah, cheers, Ashton. Cheers, Ashton, bro. How's your week been, Anton and Ashton? Have you had a good week? Cheers for likes as well. Appreciate it. Owlie's claw's nice, but not strong enough. Nasdaq's got a clean range as well, to be fair, but we have got news around the corner. I like this 30-minute clause on Nasdaq a lot. I might get, like I say, if that liquidity wasn't too far away, I'd take buys here. You know, I could have a buy stop here. So, you know, stop loss on the lows, looking for this play higher. You know, let's mark this up. I'm not gonna take it. This is just like a practice trade, just like a demo trade. But I'm gonna mark this up because it's a super clean clause on the 30 here. Got meetings back to back. Just came to leave a like. Zulu, legend, bro. Yeah, everyone. If you're tuning in, drop a like on the video. I appreciate it. Yeah, today it's been good. Like, I don't mind taking longs here. You know, buy stops here I don't mind. I just don't like how close this liquidity is. I think these highs are very nice to come and get taken on Nasdaq here. Especially how this 30 close. You know, you got 22 minutes left on this 30. I'm more interested in gold though. I like gold if we break above. Not very good. I took your... No, bro. I didn't tell you to do anything. Making it out like I told you to do 5 contracts. I tell you what I do, not what you should do. If somebody asks me what I do, then I'll say, yeah, for combines, I use like 3 to 4 contracts on a 50k. I never say to people, you do this. So don't say that I told you to do that. That's crazy. Took your advice, blaming it on me because it didn't work out. And Ab clocked you just demo or not? Yeah. I just wanted to mark it up. I'm not in this. If it flips, then yeah, you would be. But 15. Yeah, 15's not closing above yet. There could be some half risk sells in a second. But yeah, on combines, I risk more. That's what I personally do because I've got a strategy where I can risk more and I know it's profitable long term. It's fine for me to risk more. You know, if you're at the stage where you're in between profitability and not getting payouts and stuff and you're on that journey, well, do it correctly and risk well. Yo, Muslim Humor, how's it going, mate? Welcome. Welcome, bro. I've just joined a gold signals group with 90% win rate. Who said there were 90% win rate? They said that? Or have you done have you been in that group for 150 trades and you've personally seen them with a 90% win rate? And another thing is, have a look how big the stop loss and take profit is. I thought you were better than that, Anton, bro. I thought you were better than that. Yeah, I thought you were better. He's joined. He's given. They said that, bro. Come on, man. You're Anton or Arthur, King Arthur. You're better than that, mate. Yeah, thank you guys. Alex, Muslim Humor, I know. That's like day one. That's like day one stuff on like the first day of trading where people get caught in that stuff, signals. I have 115% win rate. I win the trades I don't take, yeah. Like I've on my accounts on top one, I've actually got an 84% win rate. but I can actually prove it. Like, there's no proof with these guys. Right, let's have a look. Here we go. Yeah, Nasdaq's flipping now. See, I like these buys on Nasdaq. I just don't want to buy so close to news. But if it wasn't news now, I'd be looking at this. This is why I'm marking it up. We'll mark it up and I'll manage this with you. Anton, did they tell you who to sign up to, or did you use your own account? Did they tell you who to sign up to? Did you sign up with the broker or the platform they told you to? Yeah, Charlie, how's it going, bro? Welcome, mate. Yeah, a lot of these have like deals. Like I'm guessing that's the the deal that they've gone with. Like I use brokers and I give people yeah, like, I use a good broker and stuff, but I don't have any of these huge deals with them where they get paid like monthly salaries and stuff. Have you caught any more trades since this morning? No, nothing, mate. No trades. Like I say, we're just holding this one for now. Just holding this for now, mate. Seeing, like I say, once it comes into this level here, that's a good break-even point on Nasdaq. That's a good break-even point. Is anybody holding this trade here? Has anybody got this trade running? You know, this could be a decent trade to run into news. You know, as soon as it comes into this structure, you can go break-even. And I'm going to be letting this, you know, you can let this run into profit. I still have trouble finding ranges like yours. I have mine set differently, more wide. Basically, the way I find my range is as simple as this. Find the most recent support and resistance in the market, and then look to the left a little bit to see if it makes sense. If it makes sense, then have it as that. You're probably not looking to the left as much as what I do. See, this is a good break-even point here. Yeah, like I say, that's the thing as well. For free, it's crazy. Like, you know, people learn my profitable strategy that's proven. You know, they join the community and they get the mentorship and they get the payouts because it's a proven strategy. Cheers for the likes, guys. Can we smash 20 likes? We're currently at 10. 10 more if you haven't dropped a like already. Crush it. But yeah, if I did take this flip, this would be break-even level here. This resistance. Price, look at it. It's coming into that level then. It possibly could resist and push away. Even a coin flip can make you money sometimes, for sure. I mean, if you flip a coin and have good risk management, you've got a plan for that. You know, 50% strike rate, 50% win rate is fine. Hit the like button. Yeah, appreciate it. Appreciate it, bro. Deegs, legend. That's the thing as well. A lot of people who talk about a big strike rate, well, the problem with signals is that where you enter the market and where they're telling you to enter the market are two different places. Most of the time by you've entered the market, these guys are like saying W's in the chat because they've already hit take profit. And then they say, oh, it's a win. but like 90% of the people didn't even get on it. Gold looks promising. Let's have a look. Oh, yeah. Definitely. This is, I think this is just like a pre-news push to then continue higher. The thing about the daily as well, guys, do you remember from yesterday's, YouTube, what did I say? The gold was up here, and I said that we're likely to flip and push down and take out that double bottom. Look what happened. Gold literally pushed from where we were into the double bottom. Took liquidity, pushed into that double bottom. Very nice trade. Very, very clean stuff. Could this now just be the top wick on the daily to then flip down on news and start taking more lows? Possibly, but like I say, we'll have to see. Yeah, definitely break even on Nasdaq though. If you took the 30 flip, I'd definitely be break even. Like I say, we were just marking this up because it was so close to news. But you know, I think runs into them highs are very, very possible. Da da da. But yeah, like I said, the 30's pushing. This is the next liquidity. Like I said, this is how I manage my trades. Entry, you know, first management point is break even. If Nasdaq wants to just continue pushing higher, then it can do. It'll just make me have more profit. Simple as that. Like I say, any questions at all, guys, drop a question in the comments. Feel free to ask any questions. Yeah, 30 is looking nice on gold. If it loses this level at 33, 35, could be nice. Sort of 15, 30 minute range. But that's the thing, you have to, the thing for me is managing at that level where price could reverse from. You know, could price push into these highs? At some point, yes, it could. But it could also react from this level like it's done 3 or 4 times and push to the downside and take stop. So that is a good area for me to manage, go break even, take partials if needed. Okay. Yo, Andy, how's it going, mate? Welcome. Welcome. But yeah, not a bad trade here at all. Not a bad trade at all. You know, that would have been the entry. How's everyone's day been so far today? How's everyone's trading day been? Wins, losses, break even? Has anyone taken much? Not great. What have you taken, Andy? What entries have you taken, mate? There's not been much. There's not been much at all. Look at the ranges on gold and Nas. Nasdaq's only having a good breakout now. So this is really the only place to be entering. So there's not much on Nasdaq. Maybe a half risk sell here. And gold has been sideways, broken out. Maybe this push to the downside is the best entry. Other than that, there's not been much on gold, but the breakout will come. You know, look at it now. We've got news in 10 minutes. Gold could do anything here. Like, Nasdaq's pushing now. This entry here is probably the best entry of the day on Nasdaq. Like I say, it's just waiting. It's being patient and saying to yourself, okay, when do I want to do business? When do I want to be in the market? Okay. So 2, which would have won profit, and then 2 whilst now, and I'm trying to chase losses. Yeah, don't... Seriously, mate, make sure when you're looking to trade, don't be looking to chase a trade not to plan. If you wait and be patient and take a valid loss, don't chase it. If it's a valid loss, it's fine. Valid losses are fine. You know, but taking a valid loss and then taking 3 trades not to plan, that's when you could go through that sort of account, you know, where you're going to be blowing accounts and stuff. It's just not worth being patient all that time to take a valid loss and then just blow your account. That's what the market wants you to do, you know, understand that. That's the, yeah, there's been, the gold's been ranging a lot today. You know, we've had this decent push up in Asia. And since Asia, it's like been in these small ranges, you know, broke out here nicely. No breakout here, no breakout here. So you just got to wait. We'll wait for the breakout and then I'll be trading. But I did like, this was probably the best trade for me of the day on Nasdaq. It's probably going to hit break even anyway if you did take it, but... Head's battered with... Andy, you say your head is battered with constant losses, but are you following the plan? Are they valid losses? If they're not valid losses, then it's nothing to do with your trading, it's to do with yourself. Okay? Journal, have a look at... Are they valid losses? If you're taking 10 trades, okay, and they're all valid, you know, if you take 10 trades, the first 2 are valid, a loss and a break even, or a win and a win, and then the other 8 are not, well, that's nothing to do with the strategy. That's just to do with you taking valid losses. You can trade any strategy, you're still going to do the same thing. So stick to what you do, stick to what you're doing, but, you know, understand what triggers you. Understand the trigger that's making you take all them losses, if they're not to plan. Because like I say, changing a strategy is not going to do that. Okay? Understand that. And that's not what you're doing. You might be sticking to the strategy constantly. That's fine. That's great. But for a lot of people who trade and take a few losses, they'll move strategy and they think that the strategy is going to do it, but they'll just do the same thing on every single strategy in the world. Set yourself a trade limit on Top Step. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. I don't have a trade limit, but I just take 1 to 2 trades and I can stop myself. Like I can look at a negative P&L at the end of the day and I can happily close the laptop and be done. Yeah, Charlie in the community literally took like 8 to 10 wins in a row or something. 8 to 10 wins in a row, and then he took 2 valid losses in a row. That's absolutely fine. You've traded the plan, you've just taken valid losses. You know, you took 8 valid wins before, 10 valid wins in a row. You took 2 valid losses in a row. It's just probabilities. Yeah, break even there. Look at the management. Look at the management. Resistance, 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 resistance. Came into resistance. Now you'd be in drawdown if you were holding it. Yo, Tyler, bro. How's it going, mate? Welcome. Yeah, welcome, man. See, you see why I manage where I do? Look at that. Now you'd be in drawdown. Simple stuff. And like I said, that's probably going to be the range for buys now. probably going to be something like this. Yeah, nice. Let's have a look at gold. Yeah, news is about to come out in 4 minutes, guys. What's everyone think to news? Drop a comment. Up or down. Okay, put buys or sells for news. I think we're going to push up. I think we're going to push up and take this trendline liquidity. We've had this initial push down pre-news. I think news could spike higher. Because we've got liquidity to take above. And we've had this initial push down. And we're coming into some structure here. So I think up. I think anywhere around here it could push into. And then push higher. Something like this. We'll see, we'll see. Give me 1 minute. Give me 1 minute. Yeah, look at, if you just look and just scroll, just like have a look at US or NAS here. You can see that it's like proper corrective and rangey. Look, ranging, breakout, then range. Yeah, but we'll see what news does. News today is in 2 minutes, 1:30. After the news, I'll be looking for entries again. Yeah, after news, I'll be looking for entries. Yeah, news in 3 minutes. Yeah, Gary. Yeah. Just sit on your hands until the strat setups come into play. 100%, mate. That's what the playbook is. That's why I have a playbook as well, mate. It's good. It's good to see that mindset. It's good to see that sort of psychology. Strong psychology. That's what the playbook's there. It tells you what to enter, when to enter, and how to. Okay. What's my opinion on news? I think that we could push up from this area. You know, you got a big level here. I just like the fact that we've pushed down pre-news. What do retail traders do as they see the chart pushing down? They simply just start looking for sells. Like this. This is just getting retailers trapped in a sell pre-news. So I think, you know, gold's got a lot of structure here. I think we could have a little spike down and then push higher on news. Just with the way it's pushing pre-news. But like I say, I don't trade news. This could easily just absolutely melt to the downside. I'm not here to predict and guess that. I'll just let it do its thing. But for me, like I say, I like to see a reversal on news to the initial push. So retail traders, newer traders are just selling. And it does this. And they all get swiped out. Afternoon, yeah, Nate. Good afternoon, mate. Good to see you. Good to see you back in the YouTube. Glad you're still on. Yeah, I'm gonna be on for another hour. I'm gonna trade after the news. Like I said, news is in 30 seconds. Then we'll trade for an hour and a half after, and then I'll be off. I'll be just in the chats in the community live trading. Initial wick down and then gold bullish, yeah, potentially. Something like this on news. Like I say, I could be wrong, but I don't care because I don't trade news. But let's just have a little bit of fun and say this. Right, that's the plan's kind of worked out. You know, like I've mentioned, guys, what's happened to retail here? They've literally just tried selling news and they've been stopped out. Exactly what we just said. Anybody selling this red candle because they think it's going to continue down, they've just been taken out. Yo, Connor, how's it going, mate? What's happening? Yeah, how are you? How are you, man? But yeah, retail have been taken out of that news push. That's why we were... Yeah, news has just come out now, Harry. 1:30. Wow, 0%. 0%. Just nipped home for 30 minutes to let the dog out. Nice, Nate. Good stuff, man. You're a good owner. 40 people in the chat. At least half can give a like. Yeah, listen to McDeegs, guys. We've got 42 people tuning in. If you haven't already, smash the like. I appreciate it. And like I said, if you're new to the streams or if you've just tuned in, drop a comment. Let's see who's here. Doing good, mate. Was watching some of the course when you came on live. Connor, that's great. How are you finding it, mate? How are you finding it? But yeah, good stuff there. That's why you wait. Look at that. Any retail selling down here. Look at that. 50, 40 tick stop loss. There you go. Yeah, 21. Sweet. I'm happy now. Nah, all good, guys. Like I say, I appreciate everyone who tunes in and supports the live. I'm going to be looking for sells after the closure here. Not on the news, though. I'll sell after. Look at that. Bang. Liquidity smash there. Yeah, there's a few ways I can play these longs now. Few ways I can play longs. So I'm going to be waiting for this 15. If I get like a rejection from this level now, I'm going to be looking for longs. If we close below, I'm going to be looking to sell into this double bottom. Okay. There's a few entries here now on gold that's lining up, potentially. Enjoy learning this strat, Connor. Insane, man. Great stuff. Like I say, if you can learn it, get profitable with it, that's everything that I want. So yeah, good stuff. More likes, the market moves. Yeah. Listen, the more likes, gold will give a nice valid entry. There's a few ways to play it. If this closes like we do now, I'm going to look for longs into this like sort of trend line liquidity here. If it just gets above the level, I can take impulse buys. Yeah, there's definitely a few ways to play this. Definitely a few ways to play this. Gold's looking a lot better now. Nasdaq's just a write-off. But yeah, gold's looking a lot better. A nice sell on Nas at 6:15 AM. Let's have a look. Have a look. Oh, yeah, nice. Yeah, nice. That 30-minute closure was nice as well here. 30-minute took the highs, rejected the level, closed below the second level, pushed down into these lows. Very nice. Yeah, that's quite a textbook impulse, that, to be fair. That's quite a textbook trade. Only one of my last 4 losses was valid because of targets. I know how to fix this now. Thanks, Joe. Great work. Good stuff, man. That's so good. That's why journaling is super important. Even when you're profitable. You know, even when you're profitable, it's good to journal your trades and review the week. Because even if you're profitable and you find yourself picking up little habits, which you do in anything, you know, even if you're a profitable trader and you can make money, journaling will help you make more money because it'll stop you taking silly losses, you know, that you're seeing in your journal. Okay, if you're buying at a liquidity target, or if you're buying at a target, well, why are you buying at a target? If you do that multiple times, stop it, you'll make more money. Yeah, look at that push there. Big push. Kind of expected it though, didn't we? We actually expected this play. You know, the initial entry that we marked up before, it was here. So it was kind of it was basically spot on. How many people journal? Let's have a look. If you journal, let me know. If you don't or you wish you did more journaling, also put it in. But yeah, we expected this play after that 30 closure. Look, that 30 closure closed nice above that level, taking the lows. Look at that. Beautiful trade. Looks like it wants to take the highs again before dropping. Yeah, potentially. Like I say, I'll be happy to take longs. I mean, if gold wants to push into some of these highs, I'll take them longs. If he wants to break below, I'll take sells. I'm open to really either closure. How do you journal, Joe? I'm starting to use TradeZeller, but I just use a Google spreadsheet at the moment. But I'm getting used to TradeZeller and having a look into TradeZeller. I've seen a lot of people on Twitter using TradeZeller. Angie, good. Yeah, good stuff, Angie. If you journal, nice. You in this? No, but we marked it up pre-news. We literally marked this. We marked this entry up pre-news and it's flying. Look at that. 60 points. Very, very nice move there. That's like double a gold move. So if that's like 65 points, it's like around 100 ticks on gold. That push. That's the thing as well. I used to do the same. I never used to journal when I was like learning. And I knew I should do it, but I just was not bothered. You know, for like the first year, and then after that, I just started doing it. Starting to use the journal very systematically. Yeah, nice. Perfect, Tucker. That's it, man. That's it. You don't, but you should. Yeah, I was the same, man. I do now, though. Like, that's how I get the strategy to where it is. Journaling. Understanding what goes well, what goes not so well, and improving. But you should always be open to improvement in trading. Yeah, you know, even when you're profitable, like, you always want to get like a better strike rate. You always want to make more money with trading. And if you can make an extra, 1% per month just by cutting something out in your journal, it makes sense. It's definitely worth it. It only takes a couple of minutes. Yo, Cjan, how's it going, mate? Welcome. Yeah, welcome, Cjan. Journaling is like going to the gym. I don't want to do it, but I know it works, definitely. It's literally the same. And it only takes a couple of minutes. You know, it's only 1 to 2 trades a day. It's like a minute. But it's just the fact that, people will journal for like 10 trades and then they'll lose and then they don't want to journal the loss. It's the same with trading. Like, people are happy when they win. But, when they take the loss, they want to quit. It's like, you should want to go through all the ups and downs and just rewire your brain, and you'll be fine. I stopped trading on my phone and I'm 100% more profitable as I was looking at work. Yeah. I used to trade at work, to be fair. I did used to trade at work. My strategy helps. My strategy is not bad to trade at work, to be fair. I can just set alerts quite easily. Look, alert, and then it might go off after like an hour, or it might go off after like 15 minutes. But it's easy for me to... It wasn't too hard, should I say, to trade from work. But like, if you just can't trade whilst you're working, then it's fine. It's not a bad thing. Just trade when you get home or trade before. So it's fine. I'm a window cleaner, so it wasn't easy. Yeah, I bet it's not. I bet it's not. Do you get much time as a window cleaner? So I trade 6 a.m. and around now. So what are your sessions then? 6 a.m. till when? Six till 8, then 1 till 3-ish. That's not bad. They're good times, mate. You've got like a 4-hour window per day to trade. That's only work on school hours. Oh, nice. Yeah, that's a good time to be trading. There's nothing wrong with that. But you won't, like I say, you only need like a 2 to 4 hour window per day to trade. You can set alerts, which is absolutely fine. You know, setting alerts is fine. And trading off alerts and clauses and stuff. Like I say, if I was working now, I'd just set an alert maybe down here and up here. And that could go off within the hour or something. And then I'd be looking to take a trade. Let's have a look at NASDAQ. NASDAQ's not doing much. 15-minute closure. Yeah, gold's looking the best. Gold is looking the best for me on the closure here. You know, closes below this level, I'm going to be looking to take out this double bottom here. This double bottom is very clean on gold. Yeah, any questions, guys? Get your questions in the comments. Let me know if you've got any questions. It depends if I get a decent trade in the morning. If I make $300, I won't trade in the afternoon. Yeah, that's good. That's good. That's perfect. Yeah, like I say, 1 to 2 trades is really all you need. There's no need to over trade or over risk. Yeah, definitely. For me, if I take a trade and it's a full risk trade, for example, and I take a win in London session, then in New York I'll risk less, so I don't risk my profits. So if I take like $500 in London session, then I'll just risk maybe like $200 in the next trade, so I'm still going to be in positive for the day, regardless of the result. I think it's a good thing to have that in place. It is for me anyway. I like being, taking that first win and then being done. Even if I take another trade, I'm still going to be in profit for the day. Joe, why do you not trust that there are excellent signal groups out there? Just for a few reasons. The main reason is basically, the main reason for me not liking signal groups is just because, number one, when that signal group goes, or when they lose their edge and they don't work on it, like, what are you going to do? Like, if that signal group goes down and just stops trading, what do? You'll then have to look for another signal group which might not make you money. Number two is that you don't get the execution the same as them. When they tell you to enter the different price to when you enter the market. Okay. And number three, 99% of signal groups, they're not profitable. Not profitable traders trading them. 99%. It's as simple as that. That's enough reasons to not like them. Like, it's crazy. Just lock yourself out so you can't trade. Nate, that's nice. Good stuff, man. Whatever works for you. Good. Like, if that works for you, good stuff. Dun, 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 dun. Let's have a look. Yeah, so if gold closes below here on the 30, I'm going to be looking for some sells. If you're in a signal group, make sure that you screenshot straight away because they will adjust the stop loss and take profit. Yeah, 100%. Another thing as well, they alter the take profits and stop losses. If like as soon as they put it in, they'll alter it so that it looks like they took a win. But anyway, like I say, for me, they're just not. I'd rather just trade on my own. Learning a strategy and trading profitably is just freedom to live at how you want. Hi, George. Just got on, being busy. Nice. Good to see you, Nancy. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, I'm going to wait for this 30 to close. If this 30 closes bearish, I'm going to be looking for some sells. I'm just going to go and get some more water. I'll be back in 2 minutes. Oh. Yeah, one sec, guys. I'm just going to go and get some water, and I'll be back. Bear with me. Yo guys, we're back. Welcome. Sorry, just nipped to get some more water. Yeah, how's the market? Let's have a look at the market quickly. Yeah, nothing on gold until we close. We could still close bearish on this 30 and get a decent entry. That's absolutely fine. I'll still be looking for sells if we close bearish. There's nothing on Nasdaq. All right. I enjoy trading myself too, but you are my podcast. Yeah, Alex, I appreciate that, bro. If you, like I say, if you just tune in, ask some questions, that's absolutely fine. It's what it's all about. How many guys grew? And I noticed yesterday he was putting 6k profits from Meta on his story, clearly off demo. Yeah, and most of it is. Most of it is. Come back with volume, Joe. I apologize. I didn't come back with that volume. But what I will come back and say is that if this 15 gets back above this level, I'll be taking some buys. If we close strong back above this level, I'll be taking some buys on gold. Okay. No milk today. Yeah, no milk today, mate. I haven't got any milk. I actually didn't go to the I didn't go to the shop to get some milk today. Yeah, if we close back above here, I'd be happy to take some longs higher on gold. Bottom wick and flip higher would be nice. So 5 minutes and I'll look to take some buys. You know, something like, you know, nice strong closure here. Take a buy, stop loss below, looking for the flip higher like this. You know, 50 ticks there. Just play in the range. Just play in the range. Be nice if the 30 closes bullish as well. Yeah, but no milk today, guys. But I've just been like, I've moved all my stuff into this office, which is good. So everything's moved in now, which I wanted. I'm just gonna get like the coffee machine and stuff. Would be cool. Why are my candles different to yours? Andy, which chart are you on, mate? Are you on the Awanda chart? Yeah, which chart are you on? Let me know. If you're on the Awanda chart, they should be the same. If you're on like the futures chart, it will be different. Yeah, it all depends on which chart you're on. Yeah, what time frame as well? Yeah, Zuli with the milk. Nice one, mate. Nice one. Showing the milk. Milk's good. I like drinking just milk. Anybody else, or is it just me? To be honest with you, I got it to make a coffee, but it was too warm. It was too warm in the office to make hot coffee. So I just drank the milk. I'm on a broker and it's still tiny bit different. Oh yeah, like I say, it won't be huge. There won't be a huge difference. There won't be a huge difference from my chart depending on what it is. Yeah, it will be. It'll be the slight delay. There's like a 20-second delay on stream. Yeah, it's not a huge delay. Like I say, it's not enough for you to like miss a trade that I take. So yeah, it's fine. It's fine. 2 liters a day of raw milk. Really? That's some going. Yeah, that is some going. Yeah, that is that's good. I've only tried raw milk a couple of times. Nothing. Not. Um. Not. I don't drink it like regularly. You entering, Connor? If we get the closure above how long, yeah. I just need to wait for this closure. Maybe the 30 wick fill if it closes bearish. I'll just enter and sell into this if it closes bearish. I'll see. Yeah, if this 30 closes bearish, I'll take some sells into this wick fill. And then, like I say, if it wants to run lower, it can do. Hourly's closing as well. It could be a nice hourly and 30 wick fill, but I need the 30. I need the 30 and hourly not to close as a grab. Right now, it's closing as a liquidity grab. Okay. It's so good for you. I've heard that. I've only tried it maybe one time though. Yeah, when I heard a few people talking about it, I tried it, but other than that, I didn't keep on it. No, I didn't stay on it. That's the thing, that you can flip your buyers super quickly. You know, I can be looking for sells down here if it closes bearish, but if it rejects the level, closes bullish, taking liquidity, I'll take buys. You know, being open to both sides is important in trading, okay? Is that Wickfill another entry model? No, it's just liquidity. All a Wickfill is liquidity. So, like, if I was looking to sell, you know, it's just liquidity in the market is a Wickfill. I'm just going to alter this a little bit here. Just going to alter my range a little bit here now. So, yeah. I don't mind buys, you know. It's not the weakest of closes. I really don't mind buys. I've just altered my range here just to include this, you know, sort of resistance and support here. Can you see support to the right now? I don't mind buys on the break of this high, but like I say, I'm keeping my range here for now and seeing how this closes on the next 15. No, because where does gold have to go before it pushes high, before it pushes lower? You know, it needs to come, take liquidity, and then potentially push down. If the 30 closed back into the range, will you have taken half risk since you were inside the range? Yeah, that's right, mate. Because we're, you know, look at this. If this was my initial range, if we closed bullish back within the range, I'd be in buys now. You know, I did like buys here, but it just didn't close in the range. It didn't close back within the range for me to take longs. It didn't reject the range as I wanted it to. But yeah, that's the half risk trade. But I've just altered my range a little bit now down here. So yeah, I've just altered my range a little bit down here. Just you know, if you are going to be looking for them longs, like price could come and tap the level. But yeah, that's the half risk play. Hey up, pal. What you we're looking at? Just managed to get on. Yeah, Paul, welcome, man. Good to see you. Good to see you in the stream. I was looking for these half risk buys here on gold. Decent little trade and entry there. You know, if you're in the flip, but like I say, we'll see. Yeah, the only reason I didn't take this long is because it didn't get back above my level here. If it got back above my level here, I'd be in longs now. Yeah. So it's like I say, it's a bit unlucky that it didn't get above, but I need to stick to my rules. You know, if I don't stick to my rules, you know, it's not a good thing to do. So for me, I would be in longs if I got that closure. Closure gives you more information. This isn't enough information to tell me price needs to push higher. Enough information would have been a strong close here, then I can take longs. But because I didn't get that strong closure, I can't take the long. And my rules say to me, if you don't get that strong closure back within the range, I can't take it. So, you know, rules over how you feel is way more important. Because I think this could just be a grab to then push down because it's not a strong enough close. Okay. I do think there's a lot of people going long now. You know, I think there's a lot of people going long now here, like so. You know, a lot of breakout traders might be going long here. I do think that. Could it work out? It could work out, but I'd rather just, you know, wait for that strong closure next time. My levels were slightly different. Nice. Back to work. Thanks, Joe. No worries, Nate. Enjoy your day, mate. Enjoy your day. Would you ever enter on a second candle for half risk after this one? Yeah, definitely. If, like I say, I'd enter on the half risk if it's set up here on the new range. I wouldn't just enter off the next one if it closes bullish. No, I'd want to see this candle again. So I'd want to see something like this. Can you see this? I'd want to see a new candle do this. Can you see? Take liquidity, reject the level, and then I can get long on the next one. But yeah, I'd want to see basically the same pattern happen at the new level. But I wouldn't take the next candle higher now. I mean, if you're in, it's not a bad trade. It's not a bad trade if you're in, but I just, like I said, this was my initial range, and we didn't close above that. Because we didn't close above the range, price could reject this level and push down. I don't want to get in where we could reject from. This hasn't closed above yet, so it could still reject and push down. Okay? I think a lot of people are getting trapped here. A lot of people are getting trapped. But we'll see, we'll see. This could, like I said, this could play out and push higher. But I'm not here to trade this entry because it's not in my rules to trade it. Okay? Took profit 10-6. Nice, Andy. Yeah, get out. There's nothing wrong with getting out if you don't feel, like I say, if we closed bullish, I'd be in this. My management point would be like up here. But we didn't close bullish. You know, the candle didn't close back within the range. It actually closed below it to potentially push down. But this could definitely push higher. You know, this could definitely push higher before pushing down. It's just not in my criteria to enter long. Yeah, it makes sense. Thank you. Yeah, nice one. Good stuff. Good stuff. Does everyone understand why I haven't taken longs and why longs could work out? You know, you have taken liquidity. You've got range to push higher. But I can't take longs because we just haven't closed above the range or this level here. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun, dun. Like I said, this just understanding closures is saved you. It saved you from taking this trade. Why would you not look at NAS on the 30-minute? Let's have a look. Let's have a look at NAS on the 30. Liquidity. There's just nothing to trade into, Nancy. There's no targets. You could probably take a wick fill. Could probably take a wick fill. I don't mind a wick fill here. Yeah, I don't mind a wick fill and then into them levels up there. That's not a bad trade. But there's no... Yeah, that's not a bad trade. You know, you've taken liquidity, you've closed above. I don't mind wick fills. Just get in and out quickly on NASDAQ here. I don't mind that. Yeah, but look at gold here. Anybody going long too early is getting stopped out of this. It's a W when you don't take these losses. It's a W. You know, understanding we didn't close bullish enough above this range. What we're likely to do? Push down. If we close below this level now, I'll take some sells. If we get below here, I'll take some sells. If the candle closes as an upside hammer above the range, would you still indicate a move down potentially, Joe? If this candle closes above the upside hammer above the range, would you still indicate? To be honest with you, I would want to have entered on this. I would want to have entered on this candle here if I were taking it, but it didn't close strong enough. So for me to enter another long, I'd have to see the liquidity grab and rejection again of this level. Right now, we haven't seen that. But if we reject, of course. But yeah, there's no entry for me yet on gold. I'm still waiting. Yeah, but there's no entry on NAS. I'm not taking NASDAQ either. I don't like how there's not many targets other than the wick fill. But it's good, like I say, we're staying out of these trades, which a lot of people are getting involved in. You know, people are taking longs here. I think a lot of people taking longs here have the stop losses below this level are going to get stopped out. I just think a lot of people are getting stopped out now. This is a lot of people's stop losses. You know, people trade breakouts differently. People trade levels differently, but, you know, strong closes is key. And understanding that we needed to get back above the range here was key. So, yeah. So yeah, good stuff, good stuff. This was before it created a wick down. Before what, bro? Created a wick down? What do you mean? This wick here. Yeah, I enter the market on a half risk on the candle that creates the rejection and the liquidity grab. So after this green candle, I'd have been looking for half risk buys, but it didn't close strong enough. And it didn't close back within the range. Can you see? So if it closed back within the range, I'd have taken the longs. NASDAQ. Yeah, NASDAQ could push it. I'll tell you what, if this 15 closes bullish, I'll take some half risk. I'll take some confirmation buys. Yeah, if this closes bullish, I'll take some confirmation buys. We've got a minute and 40. I think this could go on wick fill, but we'll see how it closes. See how it closes. I might take some confirmation buys. Joe, have you traded today? Nothing today, mate. No, nothing today. Look at that gold pushing down now. Yeah, look at that. Exactly what I went through. Anybody going long without this bullish closure above the initial range, look at that. Stopped out. Good work on our end. That's why we've got the rules. That's why we've got the rules. Took the trade. So many. Yeah, it wasn't a good trade in my opinion. You know, because my initial range was this. Okay, this was my initial range. For a half risk entry, I need to see a grab, which we saw. I need to see a rejection of the level. This isn't a rejection of the level until it closes above it, like this. So it's not a bad trade if your level's lower. You know, say your level's down here. You know, if your level was here, for example, it's not as bad, but still the closure isn't that strong. Okay? And look what happens because it's not that strong. Price reverses. So now all I'm waiting for is that closure there. What's Naz doing? Yeah, Naz isn't setting up either yet. Case for lights, guys. If you're new to the stream as well, understand I go live every single day, Monday to Friday. Drop a like, subscribe, and tune in daily to the free breakdown of how I trade daily. Okay. Yeah, clean range on gold though. Clean ranges, just not clean breakouts as of yet. But like I say, guys, if the range was a little bit lower, the longs wouldn't have been too bad. Even so, you'd be break even now anyway. So it's only a break even trade. It's only a break even trade, but there was no entry for me on the longs. I would like gold to get below this range, and then I can look for sells. That would be ideal. Five-minute on Naz. I do feel Naz is going to wick fill at some point as well. I think it'll wick fill on this hourly and push into this sort of range up here. So if it confirms, it's not a problem. Yeah, gold closes below this level for me, and then I can take some sells. You know, if we create that half risk potential bar here, I'll take it. Okay. But like I say, it'll need to set up for the half risk. Yesterday's low, yeah, it's like a double bottom as well. It's like a double bottom here. And you've got more liquidity down here to take. There's a lot of liquidity to take on gold. Another thing you're seeing as well is trend line. Look at this trend line liquidity. I really do like sells on gold if it pushes lower. There's a lot of liquidity to take, but I am still open to buys. I just need a closure. Midnight opening level, is it? Where are we? Midnight opening. Ah, yeah, down here. I understand what you mean. Yeah. See, now it's pushing. It's taking more lows, more liquidity. Dun-dun-dun. Dun, dun. Yeah, so if we get back above here now in, if we close back above here in 11 minutes, I'll take some longs. Yeah, 11 minutes, closes, I can take some longs. Look at this, beautiful liquidity being taken down here. Closure below, I'll be taking buys. Back above this range, I'll be taking buys. And, when we get back above this level isn't too far away then. If we get a strong closure above here, it's not as far away as it was this morning. Okay. But gold hasn't been super clean today. It's not been that clean. Yeah, closes above here in how long? Yeah, closes above here in 15 or in 9 minutes on this 15 minute. I'll be looking for buys because that's the 30 closure too, which just confirms the move more, which is a lot better. Potentially another liquidity grab. Yeah, so if we get back above this range here now, okay, I'm going to look to buy into this liquidity, which would just be us taking liquidity of these highs. So if it gets above, then perfect. Into them highs. Bang. Dun, dun. Guys, if you want to join the free Telegram too, that's where I post all my notifications, so you know when I go live. I've just pinned the link for the Telegram. Remember, this is my only Telegram that I have, okay? It's my only Telegram. Still looking for shorts. Better somehow in my eyes. Yeah, shorts for me are great because you've got them targets down here, look. Liquidity, 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 and you've got trendline liquidity too. Can you see? So if we close below here, that trendline liquidity could get taken. I'm just going to... Let me post this analysis for the members really quickly. I want to keep them updated on what I'm seeing on gold. Right, nice, nice. Some gold spike, yeah. Just closure above. Yeah, closure above and then I'll take some buys. Nice closure above, I'll take some buys. Yeah, I like sells too. I'm open to both sides. I like staying as neutral as possible. Yeah, I like staying as neutral as possible. Don't trade with too much of a bias. As open to both sides as possible is how I like to trade. But yeah, I get that little break above in 6 minutes, then I'll take some buys into these highs, then try and be done for the day. Get a closure like here, into there, 25 ticks. Done and dusted. But I'll see how it closes on the London Open. US Open, sorry. Cheers for likes, guys. Wow, 35 likes this stream. Insane. I appreciate that, guys. I just realized. I think that might be the highest. I think we've hit 41. Took a half risk trade. Nice. Beautiful. Where did you take the half risk from, Alex? You, like I say, any profit in a market like gold today, you've done well. You know, if you've taken profit from the market today, be happy. You know, gold's been very rangy. Look at the daily candle. The daily candle is trading in yesterday's candle's volume. Look, we're still within the candle. This is just an inside day. It just means that there's a slowing down of volume from yesterday. Okay, so if you're making money when the volume's not as high, like look at this. You literally, in London and US within this range, you've done well, okay? Yeah, nothing on NASDAQ here. I'm not interested in NASDAQ. Yeah, I'll see how the US opens. Like I say, targets above and below are fine. It's just like I say, it's just finding the entry. It's one of them. It's gold's ranging. Am I bothered if I don't find an entry today? Well, I'll just come back. I've taken 3 trades this week, so 3 trades, profitable week so far. Like I say, we'll see what the rest of the week brings, but it's a rangy day today. I'll tell you that. Ah, Alex, nice. So you took it down here, the half risk, and took profit. Yeah, not bad. You had a decent push. I mean, you had a 20-tick push. Yeah, 20-tick push. Is there any of your rules/strategy that applies to that gold push there? No, nothing, mate. There's nothing in the strategy to tell me to buy here. Nah. Is that what you mean? Is there anything that could have told me to buy gold to the strategy? No, there's nothing. There's nothing really here, Matt. Unless we break above. You know, I don't care about trying to catch gold here or here after these weak closes. If we close strong, I'm happy to catch it here. Or if we close bearish, I'm happy to catch it here. Yeah, there's nothing, mate. Nothing for me to have caught this. It's literally not... Look at the 5-minute as well. 5-minute is literally ranged for most of the US. Coming into the US Open now, we could get... Obviously, we're going to get some more volume. But we'll see. We'll see. The only thing that could have pushed gold up is the fact that we took liquidity to the downside, look. Can you see? We took liquidity to the downside, but we didn't take any liquidity to the upside. So we've taken the liquidity to the downside to push higher. That's the only thing that really could have pushed it higher. That grab down there. Yeah, literally, it goes from liquidity to liquidity. That's right. Within, like Alex said as well there, you can't predict too much within here. There's nothing to say. There's no strong clauses. There's no, like, clear liquidity and strong clause rejections. There's nothing to do that can say, okay, gold's going to push up or gold's going to push down. Like sometimes the market will just be in a range and it'll just push out of a direction and there's nothing to say that gold should have gone that way. You just got to put your hands up and say, okay, I'm going to leave this. There's nothing to say. There was nothing to my entry to catch this push. I'm just going to wait and let it do it again. You know, 8, 9 times out of 10, there will be a valid entry. But there's a couple of times where, you know, you'll get that breakout and you just won't be able to take it because it hasn't met the criteria. And following the plan, following the criteria, following the playbook is way more important than trying to catch every move. Even though, like, sometimes, like this push up, no explanation for it. There doesn't have to be. How's you? Yeah, it's Sean. How's it going, man? Good to see you in the on the YouTube. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, welcome, Sean. Yeah, it's New York Open anyway now, 2:30, so we'll see how the volume goes. Sorry, it's something in my shoe. It's annoying me. Alright, gold, hourly. Yeah, guys, I'm gonna see how this 30 closes. If the 30 closes bearish, well, sells look decent then. Yeah, if it closes bearish, sells look decent. Other than that, I'll have to wait. Hourly could be nice too. 4 hourly has got 3.5 hours left on it as well. I'm just going to wait for this range to break out. Nothing to do until we break out of this range. You know, sells below here. Buys back above here for now. Buys back above here for now. Other than that, I'm just staying patient with gold. Can you take liquidity on the flip or always the previous candle? Yeah, it's always going to be a previous candle that takes the liquidity for me. Yeah, it's always going to be a previous candle that takes it. You know, like here, look, grab of liquidity. I'd be looking to enter on this. If this candle came and pushed up and took liquidity as well, then I wouldn't take this trade because the candle's too big. And it's you know, it's gone over the prior candle. I want it to push and flip and not be as big of a stop loss as the candle that took liquidity. How's Naz looking? Yeah, Naz's wick filled and pushed down. Can you see? Wick filled, push down. Kind of tempting to put short, just to put short half risk to the nearest point of liquidity and go to the gym. Yeah, the amount of times where, you know, you think price is going to go somewhere, like when price was all the way up here on the daily and it flipped down. Like, I had a very good idea it could flip bearish and take out this double bottom, as I mentioned on yesterday's stream. But it didn't. It did play out, but I didn't take it. It'd be good to, like I say, I'm probably gonna very shortly start a personal account and just swing trade. Well, not swing trade, like just hold trades for longer on it. Like, for example, up here, can you see how we took the liquidity? That's a half risk entry. Imagine that half risk entry held on a personal, like, you know, look at that. Holding a half risk trade, you've just caught like 220 ticks. Just based off that half risk short trade, which literally happened at 10 o'clock in the morning, or UK time. And all that is just trading with that daily momentum. Very nice. Very, very nice. Right, guys, give me 2 minutes. I'll be back in 2 minutes. I'm just gonna nip to the toilet. Yo, we're back. Let me have a look at the comments. How's Naz? Yeah, we've just gone over Naz as well. Naz is not doing... There's nothing on Naz. Like I said, if I was going to be trading Naz now, it would be this range here, back above there for buys. And for sells, probably below here. Something like that. But Naz is in like a big range after the push up and down. Here we go. Gold could have a decent little push to the downside here. 15's not looking too bad if it closes bearish. Dun, 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 dun. What a push, yeah. Instant push down. Instant push down on the 15. Taken liquidity, instantly push down. Like I mentioned before. As I mentioned like an hour ago, what is gold doing here? It's what are retail traders doing at this level? Retail traders are looking to go long at this level or around this level where the rejection is, and they're going to have the stop loss. Okay, let me just replay this. They're going to have the stop losses below this trend line, okay? Because they think the trend line's safe. They think this level's safe here. They're going to have the stop losses below here. And what happens? They get taken into the trade. They run in maybe a little bit of profit and then price straight back down into the stop. They're all being liquidated now. So I think gold can definitely come into this double bottom now. You know, it's got a very good chance of coming into this double bottom where the rest of that trend line liquidity is sitting. So if this 15-minute closes below, I'll be looking to take out these lows here and these lows here. Okay. Dun, 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 dun. The problem is if we take these laws where these targets are, if we take them, there's just nothing to trade into, and if there's no range to trade into, I just can't take the trade. The same, it's the same as, you know, if you had a breakout and you know, when you break out and you have no range, you just can't execute the position. It is what it is. Dun, dun, dun. But if this 15 close is bearish, I'll be looking to take sells. What's the wick fill from where we are now? You know, you've got a decent wick fill there. 20 tick wick fill and then 40 ticks into final TP. Yeah. If that doesn't set up, I'm going to head off. And I'm just going to go and trade with the community. That'll be like my last sort of potential entry here. I want like a strong enough close and then I can manage at the wick fill. If it doesn't set up, then I'm going to go and trade the rest of the US session with the community. Ba-bam, bam, bam. But yeah, I need a bearish enough closure. I want a bearish enough close. Any questions, guys? Please feel free to put a question in the comments too. Insane though, guys. Almost 40 likes is crazy. And like 270 subscribers in the month. Appreciate everyone who, you know, tunes in and watches the streams and stuff. It's great. Yeah, if this 15 can close bearish, I'll take some sells. It's looking like we could do. Because the 5-minute could confirm as well. If the 5-minute confirms and the 15 closes bearish, then that's good. I'm just getting my execution up on the right side of this screen here. Yeah, this could confirm and close below at the same time. So yeah, I'm gonna be looking to execute the 15 if it closes bearish. Because I've still got a decent, you know, 20-30 tick range. But if it comes and takes these lows before I can enter, that's just unfortunate and I just can't execute the position. But I'm looking for this to push further, you know, get some structure down here that I can trade into. So there's a lot of targets to the downside. And like we mentioned, retail traders have stop losses down here too. Trade the 1 minute trade in 1 minute chart? No way. Nah, man. Still a decent 20 ticks there. We'll see how the minute closes. Yeah, so if we close like so in 40 seconds, I'll be looking for the... if we close like so in 40 seconds, I'll be looking for the top wick and flip. Yeah, so decent closure here now. So 30 seconds, closes bearish like this. I'll be looking for the top wick and then flip down into these lows. So I'll be looking to execute sells based off this 15 and 5 minute closure. Okay. And I've got, how much range have I got into there? I've got like a 25 tick range. So it's not bad, but I'm going to see if it gives me the entry. You know, there's one thing getting the closure, the next thing's getting the entry. And this will, like I said, this will probably be my only trade for the day. So we got see what happens. If I get the entry, I get the entry. Yeah, instantly pushing down here. Yeah, look at that, straight down. That's the thing as well, like, you market execute, where do you put your stop loss? You know, your stop loss would have to be all the way up here if you market executed the trade. So it's kind of, it's kind of impossible to get a good stop loss on this. Like, you can't have your stop loss here in the middle of nowhere. You need that wick to create the stop. So yeah, there's no entry there for me, guys. I'm gonna head off, and I'm gonna head off now. There's no entry here. Like I said, with anybody who took some longs up here, I didn't take any, but you've learned why I didn't take longs up here. And yeah, look at that big sell-off, just as expected. Just as expected. All that liquidity getting taken now. It's annoying, but like I say, you can't help it. You know, you have to trade the plan, and instantly pushing down and taking half of the target. You know, look at that. It's pushed down 10 ticks on a 20 tick target. I needed that initial push up. And then I'd been looking to sell this. What I'm going to be waiting for now is I'm just going to wait for the hourly to close, okay? Hourly closes bearish. I'm going to see how it closes. It might leave more liquidity down here to take. If it closes bearish, overall targets for me are these lows down here. Okay, so I'm going to be looking to take some sells still with this bullish hourly momentum to the downside. Okay. What I'm going to wait for, 12 minutes for the hourly to close. If the hourly closes bearish, well, I'm going to be looking to take some sells. Look at that. You've still got like 50 ticks, 60 ticks into these lows down here. Okay. So that's the plan for me. And I'm going to head off now, guys. Okay. I've been on for 2 hours. I'm going to just wait for the hourly and then jump on, see what's happening. And I'll take it in the community, guys. We'll take any trades now in the community. All right. Yeah, I'm going to wait for the hourly close, guys. Trade safe. It's been a great session. A lot to learn. A lot of value. And catch you again tomorrow. Gold. This is the only breakout on gold that's been quite decent. So, hourly, like I say, if the hourly closes like this, I'm going to take sells into these lows. Because look at the range I've got if it closes like this. 20 ticks. So see how the hourly closes. If it closes bearish, my overall take profit are these lows down here. 60 ticks. Cheers, mate. Appreciate your time as always. Andy, appreciate you too, bro. Thanks for tuning in. Guys, understand I'm looking for sells into these lows. If I see a valid entry, I'll take it. If there's no valid entry, I won't take it. But that's the target for me, okay? But yeah, trade safe. Anybody in the community, I'll see you in the chats now. If you're not in the community, join the free Telegram. It's pinned. You'll know when I go live. Subscribe, like. See you tomorrow. Peace.